The hardest part about losing someone isn't the goodbye itself, but rather learning to live without them. The most heartbreaking part is losing yourself and the desperate search for answers, trying to understand why things went that way. Blaming yourself for something that you never know will happen isn't the most ideal way of dealing with heartbreak. You cannot blame yourself for not knowing the future and hopes to change it. There's no would've, could've, should've been because there's no option to begin with than to deal with it. Often, it is best not to know the reason why things went our way. But it's hardly not to get in our heads when things doesn't line up to what we expected. Because it caught us off guard. It causes us to question our reality. It causes us to question the connection. We quest for answers. Why did that happen? Is there any clues that I didn't see? Is there any triggers that led to this? Then, it will later roll down to blaming yourself. What did I do? If I didn't do that, this would not be happening. Maybe I did this. In the desperate need of answer, our minds often seek for the easiest target for blame. In the depths of heartache, our id will blame them for what happened, blaming the situation. Our superego will say it's our fault. The ego tries to connect and balance both, but in this unstable state, it can either lean towards its blame or the superego's guilt. Most often, it's superego that prevails because we place those who we love above our moral grounds, because we adore them. After all, it is true that love is blind. Isn't it ironic? You're supposed to love yourself more than love others more than yourself. But I can't blame you. We see those we love in rose-tinted glass. We're attached to them, and our brain recognizes that more than we think. So what's happening there in our brain? Chemicals like dopamine and oxytocin plays a significant role. In attraction, there is dopamine and norepinephrine, while oxytocin and vasopressin is linked to attachment. Our brain boosts them whenever we see them, and the reason why we can't help but think about them. The bond and attraction are so strong that when they diminish, we enter a season of sadness and blues. When our brain recognizes their absence, we feel the loss of dopamine, which deepens our sadness and leads us to yearn for their presence. Hence the reason why you keep wanting them back. But hey, it is tough at first, and it will require a lot of strength, getting used to living without the person who you think will stay. It's gruesome, cruel, even depressing, especially when you spend your every second and minute with that person before. Like how cruel life is getting rid of the only one thing that made you feel solace. But, as we heal, move forward, and time goes by, that hurt will gradually lessen. I know that as a fact because I lived through it. Like just when you think and feel it's the end, you make yourself a semicolon. It will heal, but it will leave a scar. It's just up to you whether you see that scar as something to be ashamed of or as a sign of strength. If you heal properly, you wouldn't go back and let yourself hurt that way again. That's when you know you love yourself more than caring to be loved by someone else.